Okay, well, we've got a nice guitar here. It's a almost brand new Takamine EG340SC, but it's got a little bit of buzz on some of the fretted notes down on the neck close to the bridge. So we're gonna see what we need to do to raise the bridge on that. So Andre, could you just maybe hit the notes on the 13th and 14th frets there? You can hear that buzz, and it doesn't appear to be on some of the other strings, like maybe the 4th string up, same frets. Okay, and what's happening here is the bridge of the guitar is a little bit low, so let's go ahead and flip it up on the table here and take a look at what's going on here. Yeah. Okay, now in general, if you've got buzzing on the if you've got buzzing up in this area here or in the middle of the neck, you might need to adjust the torsion rod in there with an Allen wrench and get the neck bent correctly. If it's too tight and the neck is bent back too much, the strings will be too low here and they might buzz, so you need to loosen it a little bit. But what's going on with this guitar is right down here the strings are too close. In particular, the first 3 strings here, G, B, and A or E, and it's not going to help to adjust the torsion rod in the neck, because that'll only affect the upper part of the neck here. What's going to fix this is going to have to raise the bridge here. Now, it may sound like a real hard thing to do, to raise the bridge, but it's really actually pretty easy. You just need to loosen the strings and take the bridge out. If it was too high, all you would need to do is sand it off on the bottom and stick it back in. In this case, it's too low, so we're going to need to raise it up. And we can do that just by putting a piece of plastic or cardboard or paper under there, and that'll raise it up just fine. But how do you know how high it's supposed to be? Well, it should be anywhere from about 5/64 is the minimum it could be. The bottom of the string to the top of the fret down here, 5/64. Maybe for the E string, and then for the top string, 7/64 from the bottom of that string. Now, you may not have a ruler that could go that accurate. Probably a more accurate thing to do, or a more easy thing to do, I should say, is just get some playing cards. And they're about, each 64th is about 1.5 playing cards. So let's say I want to do 6/64. 1.5 times 6 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6/64 is about that high. If these strings are 6/64, I should be able to easily slide these under the string and not have them tight. Well, these are tight. So it's really, I can feel it's really tight down there. Maybe on this side it's not as bad. It's still hitting, but definitely this bridge is too low, so it's going to have to be taken out, lifted up, and hopefully that'll remove the buzzing. So let's go to work on that. How are we going to get it out? Well, we're going to have to just loosen the strings, and so we're going to loosen these strings, and it can take a while. And if you're careful, you can actually do it without totally removing the strings. You could just totally remove them, but if you loosen them enough, you should be able to get enough room down here to actually pull the bridge out. So that's what we'll try and do. So we will be back in a minute. Okay, so I've loosened up the strings here. Got them pretty loose, but they're still attached down there. That'll make it quicker and easier to get it back together when we're ready. But I'm going to try to just lift this bridge out of here now, and it should be just set in there. It's not supposed to be glued in. Hopefully it'll just wiggle out. And hopefully I've got the strings loose enough. I mean, as I said, I could take them all off, but I'm just trying to save myself some time because like a lot of people, I got other things I should probably be doing right now. And a shortcut is always a good thing if you can get away with it. Now, interesting. I haven't taken this off before, but as I do, I'm finding out that a couple things. It's actually done with a little piece of wire or something. I haven't seen that before. Oh, that's hooked to the electric pickup, so I've got to be careful about that. This is an acoustic electric. But the other interesting thing is there is already a little piece of plastic under there. So just setting in there, and that's just fine. We're just going to add to it. So what I've done is I've taken just a kind of a Tupperware yogurt container, and I'm going to mark off how big this bridge is here, and just cut a little sliver of plastic and slip it under there, and then just put this right back in. So I will do that and hopefully get this back together. Okay, so I've got the bridge taken out, and this being an electric acoustic guitar, the pickup is on the bridge itself. It's part of the bridge actually, but they've actually got a little very similar piece of plastic to what I'm putting in already under there, but you know, just wood is not a perfectly stable substance, so the guitar is obviously settled and stretched and, you know, deformed a little bit since it was set up at the factory, and bridge needs to be raised a little bit, so it's no problem. I'm just going to add another little piece of plastic. It's sort of like a little gasket, and it looks exactly like the one that was already in there. So just slip that in there, slip the bridge back into place, and hopefully get it to push back in the way it's supposed to. And hopefully that'll be enough to eliminate the buzzing. I guess we'll find out in a little bit. But I'm just going to slowly tighten up the strings, and what I do is I don't just tighten up one all the way, just sort of go, you know, get them moderately tight one at a time, going through them all, and then tighten them all up at one by one and bring them all up to tension at the same time, just so I don't put any kind of stresses on one side more than the other. So we'll tighten those up and be back in a minute. It's all back together, tuned up. All right, problem's gone. So there you have it. Don't be afraid to dig in, get your hands a little dirty, get a deck of playing cards out, a couple things from the kitchen drawer, and fix your own guitar. See you next time.